What's going on, Mr. Mac?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Just chilling, dude.
What's up? What's up? How's your week been, sir?
It was good. It was good. Just working on some collab videos with some people, and you know, very slowly making progress on some original stuff, and just doing everything I can to stay busy. I guess same old shit.
Well, that's fantastic. That's what we should all be striving for.
Yeah, dude. Ricky, what's up? Legend. I saw
Ah,
Ricky.
there he goes.
Ricky. Ricky sent me a clip of you. That clip of you where you were like, as Mac would call you, legend. He fucking sent me that shit.
I know.
That was funny.
It's so addicting. Every time I see Ricky, I think of you saying that. So it's turned into a meme of some sorts, I must say.
It is a meme in our yeah. It is definitely a meme in the Matty
in our
Mac radio
community.
lore.
Hence, what I want to talk about today with a banger of a stream. Speaking of our
Yeah,
community, and I also have a list of some of these amazing topics that I usually bring forth to the stream. But okay, so here it is. Here it is. The stream today was postponed for an hour, as some of you may know. In that
Yes.
time,
That's
I
my
said,
B.
no, it's all good. And in that time, I was like, ooh, I'm going to take a shower because I have time to do that because it's morning here. And I had, I got up a little late because it's Sunday morning. And in the shower, as some of us may do, we either sing in the shower or
Yes.
we contemplate deep thoughts and ideas. And today I was in the idea making aspect of my shower. And also, I recently launched my website, which is it's up and running, but I'm still building it. But anyway,
Oh, rad.
MatthewJanaitis.com, by the way.
That's sick.
Here you go. Shameless
That's
plug.
dope. That's
It
awesome.
is. It is. But one of the things that when you're doing a website, at least in my opinion, what you do is you make this thing called a bio. And
Right.
bio, I guess, is like basically you sort of trying to brag about like all the things that you've done in a way, I guess. And when,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very true that the Google clouds would never be able to hold all of the amounts of cool stuff that I've done in data storage as far as text goes, because I have too much. Just it would blow the servers up. I have to scale it back a little bit and maybe mention only like a half a billion cool things that I've done. Okay. And during that, what I realized is throughout my musical career, um, more than half of the music projects that I've produced or been involved with is collaboration compilations and bringing bands together. So as I'm writing
Yeah.
this out, I'm like, oh, I used to book bands. I used to make compilations. I used to start record labels and bring bands together and make more compilations and do more. Like everything that I've done,
Right.
60% is mostly radio shows, bringing people together. Okay, so I have this idea, and there's my idea is like very big, and I will mention it. It's like Warped Tour, Download, Sonosphere, Soundwave, all these big events, right? They all had to start somewhere. You know what I mean? And I don't.
I'm with
So
you.
that's the big idea, but the small idea for starters, the hors d'oeuvres, sir. Would you like some hors d'oeuvres?
Right. Right.
The hors
Yes.
d'oeuvres. The hors
Yeah. I'm
d'oeuvres.
with you. I'm with you.
Okay, good. It's like, well, again, what am I doing? Radio. It's a podcast channel with Matt Glocky. It's a podcast channel with Darren Miller and Smunday. It's a podcast channel with
Yes.
Daughter of the Water. And it just so happens that those artists, 96 Better Beings, Mac, Daughter of the Water, well, they all live in the same region. So,
We do. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
what am I thinking? Well, why not an hors d'oeuvre of the bigger picture? B, we do a short little run of the Radio tour featuring Daughter of the Water, Mac, and 96 Better Beings.
I'm definitely not opposed to that at all. I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be rad. That'd be
Be,
awesome.
yeah, it would be cool because it makes sense. It's like, for whatever it may be, it's a thing where even if it was a one-off thing or it turned into like a few shows, like maybe, look, I'm just contemplating ideas, but this was my shower. So I'm thinking like, well, there's Vegas, there's Southern California. There's like within like a driving distance between everybody's house. We could probably play like 3 shows. You know what I mean? Something
Right.
like
If it
that.
was like yeah, like a West Coast or a
Of
California
course,
thing or something
of
like that.
course, it has to be
Yeah.
a
Oh
regional
yeah.
thing, and
Yeah. That would be. I mean, yeah, that would be super doable for me. Absolutely. Yeah.
I kind of figured that, but at the same time, it would be super doable for everybody because, first of all 3 of the artists that I mentioned are bangers of artists. Courtney Nord, Mac, and 96. They're all bangers, right? They're bangers, and we all have podcasts together. So whatever happens, if we end up doing this, well, the shows will do well because we're going to be podcasting the whole time before the show starts. So we'll be promoting it on our own. And
Yeah.
to be fair, all 3 artists are doing pretty well. And I think that with some promotional time ahead of schedule, whether this takes place in 2025 or 2026 or whatever, I'm not talking next week. I'm talking like if this was done properly and we wanted to try to see if it works, I think it could be freaking cool. And I think it would be a cool concept because we're all friends. We're all friends. Again, I like to bring people together and we're all doing this. It's like we're all doing these podcasts together. So it's not only that though. It's on top of that. It's everybody, you, Courtney, Darren, myself, we're all bangers of artists, right? We're not just because we're on a show. It's like to be fair, like everybody's doing great. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? On their
Yeah.
own.
No, man. Yeah. I mean, like that'd be cool. I mean, yeah. Why not? If we could get that together, that'd be awesome.
And then
I'm totally down for that.
my optimistic self is just like, well, if that turns it well, it would be cool to do so like I have friends in the UK, so it would be cool to do the Radio live festival in the UK where we do like 5 or 6 shows or 7 shows in the UK, right? I'm talking like 2026, 2027, 2028, right? But then we do it where it's a yearly thing.
Yeah.
Every year we do it. See, because I'm thinking of like again, Warped Tour, Soundwave. Soundwave is a good example. It was a Australian tour that
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah. I know Sound. Yeah. I know Soundwave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so the Radio Live Festival. It's just like because if I'm thinking big and the channel's going to grow, we're going to have more artists joining the channel. I think for example, if Soundwave had a podcast where all the bands that perform on Soundwave do podcasts on that, it would have probably
Yes.
made it even a little bit better.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you know,
No, I mean, no, I think that's sick. I really like that idea. I think it sounds like you're
I'm
super fired
I'm
up for it,
growing
which is
up. I'm
awesome.
growing up.
And I like that. And by the way, are you in a fucking hammock right now?
I am.
That is such a vibe, dude. God, I need a hammock in my fucking place.
Yeah.
Christ.
Well,
Everyone, okay, these comments are going crazy. Hold on.
yeah, we got to
We
jump on these comments.
gotta jump on these comments. Everyone's going crazy. I'm sorry, everyone. Dawson, what's up, dude? Legend. Dude, legend is just a part of my vocabulary.
Yeah, I love
dude.
it.
It's just part of my
I
vernacular.
love it. Um,
I'm a California kid. What can I say, dude? Um,
yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Were you born in California?
I was born in Chico. Yeah,
Okay.
dude. I'm fucking yeah, dude. I'm a Cali boy, dude. Um, yeah,
Well,
we've talked about that, Ricky. We've talked about that. That's definitely on the horizon at some point. Alaska shall be the itinerary. Alaska is a little tough right now for me specifically, but
yeah.
it's not.
Well,
I mean, we're not doing this now. Like he's talking about like in a
I
couple
am.
years
I'm
or so.
talking because first of all, no matter what happens, like for this to actually fruition into something, it's going to take months and months and months because well, you can't just book a show anyway. I mean, the minimum is like 3 to 6 months to get a show booked and properly promoted. Promoters won't take a tour or a show less than
Right.
3 months for sure. So,
Right.
but
Yeah.
but like this is the idea is just incubate. This is the hors d'oeuvre incubator hors d'oeuvre idea. So I have to like cultivate this and maybe talk with Mac and Courtney and Darren a little bit in between, and then if we can eventually come up with like everybody's like yeah okay, and then at that point then we could start taking it to see. So by the time this actually would happen, if it does, it'll be next well into 2025.
Yeah.
But
Right.
nonetheless,
That's totally fair.
if it does happen, then like I said, it would open my eyes to actually creating a more like me being grown up and being like, hey, one day it would be cool if I was the guy behind a download or a work tour. And I was like the head promoter guy for having all of these cool bands come together to festivals and tours. Like it would be cool. That's thinking super optimistic, I know, but I like to think big.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right. No. Yeah. Exactly. Well. Yeah. No, I got you, dude, and I think that's if that was something that was set up, I would love to be a part of that for sure.
Yeah,
But
I would too. I would
what do
too.
you? But what do you? Do you got a topic here, like
I
a
do.
general topic, or what do you
I do.
got?
I actually do. I have. You know what I did? I did this. I wrote these down on a sticky note. Sticky ideas. Got some
Rad,
sticky
dude.
ideas. So okay. Basically, I didn't want to ask ChatGPT or Gemini or the Grok. I wanted to ask YouTube. So I simply just put into YouTube. I said, what are music artists in 2024 basically like? What's the game? What's the game plan for us music artists in 2024? And not wanting to, I don't want to reminisce in the past because it doesn't matter what bands did 5 years ago. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant what bands did 5 months ago, to be honest. But either way, here's some of the topics
Okay.
that YouTube spits out for me. Music marketing tips and ideas. So what they're
I,
saying,
I don't know shit about that. I have no idea.
right? Well, but that's basically what I'm getting at. It's like these are the things. Like it's not YouTube didn't recommend me to look up like, hey, like check out these artists or check out these bands or check out like this, that, or the other thing. Basically, what I got out of it was anything that you're thinking about today in 2024 is this list, which would be music marketing tips and ideas. So again, being a music artist today, it's like, well, do you play guitar and do you write songs? No, no, no. No, you think about music marketing and tips ideas. What else do we think about? How to write a hit song in 8 minutes. Oh, okay. 8 minutes and I'll have a hit song. That's fantastic. I can't wait for my hit song to happen in eight
8 minutes.
minutes and be like super huge.
I I can probably count on one hand how many full songs I've written in 8 minutes. That's 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 a very short amount of time. I mean, I don't even know. Probably, I mean, 8 minutes. I mean, 30 minutes maybe. 8 minutes is I don't even know. I've there's one song that comes to mind that I wrote in a short amount of time, but it was longer than 8 minutes. a lot longer than 8 minutes. I don't know.
Well, that's good because yes, you are right, Mac. Many music artists like yourself, like myself, like Darren, like any great like Elton John and who's the guy from the Beatles, Paul McCartney. Everybody's written songs in short periods of time. That's a given, and
It does
usually
happen. Yeah, it
yeah,
does
and
happen.
usually it's the better songs too. Like usually your best song is like I wrote that in 15 minutes. I get it,
Right.
but but
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's not
Those
what
are the ones
YouTube's.
that just like those are the ones that just like pour out of you and you just write it. Like I wish all songs could be written that way, but it's just not how it happens.
No, it makes it that
Yeah.
much more special. But the issue that I'm having is all these up and coming aspiring music artists that are maybe trying to look up information. It's saying how to do it in 8 minutes. Like there is no method
There's
how.
no that's not a thing. That's not a thing, dude. If it was that easy, like if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it.
It,
That's just
yeah, but
step one. Like
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I can't wait
what
till I have my
are you
next hit
talking
song in
about?
8 minutes.
Right. That's funny. That's really
Uh,
funny.
the next one on the list would be music content ideas and how to grow on social media. Again, all of these things are based upon social media and like marketing. It's like there
Right.
wasn't really.
Yeah.
We'll
Which
go through
we've
the
talked
list.
about. We've gone through all that shit. It's a cesspool of fuckery and uh, luck and all sorts of things that are like out of your control, pretty much.
True.
Unfortunately.
Um, how music artists go. Here, this is a good one. How music artists go. This is an actual episode you could watch on YouTube. How music artists go from 0 to 1 million. Very easy, very simply put. From 0 to 100. No.
Again,
From
like,
zero to
yeah,
a
it's
thousand. No.
right.
From 0 to 1 million.
We'll tell you how to do it really quick. Yeah, I mean, there's people too that like will message me and like email me and they're like, "Would you like to grow your followers? You know, give us money and we'll tell you how to do it." It's like, okay, like everyone thinks that they know how to get you better. Just give me your credit card information and I'll tell you. But yeah, there's no easy, simple way to do any of this. Like that's just ridiculous to me. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't exist. There's no method to follow to do any of that.
No. And that's why I would actually, if anybody wants to watch last week's episode, I was asking you about that. If you get, because your channel, as my voice cracks, your channel has grown so large that it's hard for you to keep track of micromanaging all of the comments and stuff that's going on with all of your social platforms. And that's why I
Right.
asked you, like how much spam are you getting? Because basically, I also get that too. Like I get people, hey, I want to grow your channel. Oh, I checked out your channel. Like you can obviously tell it's a bot that wrote it. But for me, because my channels are smaller, I can micromanage and block and do all these things when I get these messages. But with you were saying like you just turn off your notifications because it's just out of control. It's like bonkers now. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. But you still
Right.
get those messages all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's ones that have hit me up that I'm talking to that it's like after a while you kind of can just tell like what's a bot and what's like actually what. One thing people do that's really funny is people will hit me up like, uh, "Hey, I'm like." Somebody was claiming that they were, I won't say what podcast, but somebody was claiming that they were the management for this big podcast. And they were like, "We want to have you on the show and we want to fly you out and do all this stuff." And
Wow.
at first, like on surface, just reading it, I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
And then I looked at the email and it was from a Gmail account and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then they didn't even give me like their last name. It was just from Richard. There was no phone number, there was no address of the establishment. There was, it's just stuff like that where it's like, "Okay, this is fake." So you can kind of spot them after a while, but
Yeah.
it's Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just something that everyone deals with. That's, doing the content bullshit.
How to blow up as a new artist. Blow up.
Yeah,
Blow up, baby. How we blowing up?
Dude, I mean, I'm not even like I'm not even, like I'm not even I like I make my own shit, but I would consider what I'm doing like I'm doing content creation. I feel like if it's how to blow up as an artist, what I think is like how to blow up as someone making their own stuff, which I do, but that's not the focus of what I do. So it's like, I have no idea. Like that's, I'm trying to like bring people over to my originals little by little, like kind of trying to funnel people into doing that. But, it's even someone that's, in my position where, because, if you asked me this 5 years ago, I'd obviously be like, I have no idea. But even now, when I have like followers and people watching me and listening to my music, which is mostly covers, like even now, it's like I still have no idea. That's that's a whole different ball game. I feel like.
Well, to go off the sidetrack for a moment, it's like, but that is one of the good things, like why podcasts are good instead of just doing like, podcasts are good because you are now telling anybody that's willing to watch a podcast your thoughts on this instead of, it's
Yeah.
like you get to go into what you're trying to do more, and I like that. I think more artists. Again, I say this all the time. If you're a music artist, you know what? This list doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't work.
Like
all this list is.
But no, I really like this format. I think that's a really great format. I like this a lot because every single one I'm just like, dude, there's no like there's nothing really to talk about.
It gets better. But what I'm saying is this list is just a bunch of content creators creating content for music artists that they know. Like I know that every music artist, as a music artist, is trying to find these things out. So if I make a channel that says, hey, you can find all these things out if you watch my channel, it's like they're making content because they know people want to hear it, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't just blow up as an artist. Like,
nobody ever like that's doing really well with their music career. It's like, so what were your humble beginnings? Well, I saw this fucking TikTok of this guy, like this guy telling me like, oh, you got to do this and then everything's going to happen. Like that's never, I just saw this guy saying like, oh, you want to be a big artist? You got to do this. And then I did it. And then like, here we are. And I'm getting interviewed on fucking Jimmy Fallon or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, it doesn't happen that way.
like
and a lot of people like to act like it does so that they can, push their content or whatever.
Maybe Paris Hilton, maybe she got a little heads. She was able to get herself on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, right. Sure.
But we're talking about billion-dollar family. Okay, so this one, how to write a hit song in 8 minutes. We talked about this, but what I'm getting at is, well, they might as well also make one that says how to win the lottery.
Yeah, how to win
8 minutes. We'll tell you how to pick the numbers that are going to win, and you can win. Like if you're gullible enough to watch that video,
right? And you could do something that, no, absolutely. And like, I think something that you could do with that sort of format that's a little bit more realistic is you could be like, okay, in 8 minutes, I'll tell you how to improve your songwriting or something like that. Or like how to, I can improve your mixing in 8 minutes or something like that. But to be like, here's a hit song in 8 minutes, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, like that's literally
certifiable hit song. It's guaranteed.
Smash, certifiable, number one hit. Yeah, no.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I wish
music
it did.
is art.
That'd be sick, dude. That'd be
music
awesome.
Is art, right, Mac? And we all know art is based on blood, sweat, and tears and emotions, and it's not black and white, and it never will be.
No.
AI can make it black and white. So here's one: how AI makes a lot of music artists irrelevant today. That's an
I
actual
don't agree
episode.
That's just fucking nonsense, dude. I don't agree with that at all.
So AI is making you and me and Paul McCartney and Darren Miller.
Yeah.
We're all irrelevant now.
We talked about this a little bit before, but yeah, I mean, no, dude. Like, I don't care, dude. I don't care how advanced AI gets. Like, anything that I've ever seen that isn't being like strictly advertised as AI, as soon as I see it or hear it, like I know it's AI. Like it sounds like a computer, and it's like I don't think there's any merit behind that whatsoever. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, dude. I don't care. I'm not trying to just be like, oh, technology is fucking like. I love technology. Like technology is why one of my jobs is making videos, and it's great. But to replace musicians is a bold fucking statement, dude. Like, really, like AI is gonna replace, who's making fucking bangers right now?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Fucking who's making bangers right now? That's like new.
I'm not in. I'm not in that.
That Chappelle Roan chick, that redhead chick. She's got that I forgot how it goes, but she's got that banger ass song. Like AI's not going to do that, bro. AI's not going to do that. Anyone who's coming up because like the public sees something in them, like I really don't believe that you're going to get that from AI. I don't think that AI is going to produce something that's going to get because you probably don't know who she is, but basically her career like blew up to an insane status like in a very short amount of time. And I don't think that anything a computer can make, at least right now, is going to capture people like that. I just think that I just think that's a different thing. I think that AI is cool for like a toy and like it's fun to use it, but if we're talking about like replacing musicians making music, nah, dude, we're not doing that. That's not a thing.
They're taking it one step further. They're not just only replacing us, but they're saying we are
Lana too.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, Lana Del Rey. Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
No, it's just we're not irrelevant. We are people, and we will still do this. And I think AI will have its own place. Like if you want to specifically listen to AI music, then you can enter that realm and do that. But I think that there should be a gate between the two where you know what you're entering. And I think one of the things, and I'm going to wrap up the stream soon because I know we both we need to go. But I think that
cool, yeah.
Today, and actually this was a great stream by the way. But today, with the AI, it's unfair at this point in time when people are using AI in music and we don't know it yet. And I think that needs to become more of like a law where you can't just use AI and not tell anybody because it's not fair. It's not fair, and it doesn't work. In my opinion, I would like to have more.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think that I agree with the spirit of what you're saying. I think it would be really hard to actually enforce that. But there are people literally fucking right now that are posting AI music on Spotify and shit. And they're like, they're trying to make money and they're trying to, and it's working for some people. Like they're getting listeners and stuff. And they're literally just making AI music and they're making money like on Spotify and shit. It's crazy, dude. Like it's fucking crazy. It's like we're in the future, bro. Like that's nuts. That is fucking nuts.
Well, it is because I've been researching it, and not to mention the bot farms, which is like, what is that? It's insane what a bot farm is to do on Spotify. What people are doing, especially in other countries like Kazakhstan or whatever, like. There's people that just literally have all of these bots replaying the same song over and over so they can make all this money. And that's they're called bot
Dude,
farms.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh my God. That's
like,
insane.
and some of them
That's
even I've seen
insane.
YouTube videos where some people like their technology isn't that great, so what they literally do is they go through all these. They have a room full of cell phones, and they have the cell phones on Spotify on repeat, and they do it the old-fashioned way, where there's just like a room
You
of cell phones on
know what?
repeat, just playing the same song.
You know what? I respect that. I respect that. The old-fashioned way, dude. I
The
respect that a
old-fashioned.
lot. I that's some old-fashioned, old school debauchery. I appreciate that a lot more than having a bot just do it for them. That's rad. That's sick. If you're that dedicated that you can get that many cell phones in a room doing that, that's awesome. Good on
Well,
you.
of course, like think about all the older model
Speak your
cell
truth.
phones that people discard, like all the old Samsungs and whatever. Like they're practically free, or people throw them away. So like, why not use them to make you 0.00325 cents per stream on a song that you made with AI?
Yeah, right. Fucking crazy, dude. It's
It's a
wild, dude.
business. It's a business, but it's a shame because again, that's affecting all of the people that are doing what you do, what I do, what Paul McCartney does. Right? I'm just saying, like we're making music from our soul, and somebody's capitalizing on that by using AI and streaming bot farms, and
Yeah,
they're
I got you. I totally agree with that, but I think I don't know for sure, but I would think that people that are listening to the sort of stuff that we make, I would be willing to bet that pretty much none of them uh are listening to that AI stuff. I could be
absolutely,
wrong,
absolutely.
but
But what
I think it's just a different type of. I just think it's a different type of person. Like I just feel like everyone gets something different out of music, no matter like what kind of music it is, like what the method that it gets made. You know. Um,
But the problem that I'm having is it's destroying our platform. So yes, like if you listen to Mac or 96 Bitter Beings, you listen to good music. So you're not listening to some like plastic sounding bot thing, right? But that plastic sounding bot stuff is on our floor. So to put things into perspective, if you were going to go back in time, and I hate doing this, but if you were to go to a record store and you're like, oh, the Rolling Stones, Ozzy Osbourne, blah blah blah, Billy Joel, but then that record store all of a sudden got filled with all of these plastic green boxes and red boxes of bullshit, and you're like, I can't even go in the music
no
store
cover
anymore.
art, just a
You know what I
green
mean? Because
box
I
with no cover art, and you open it up, and there's a lump of
and a
shit
lump of
in there.
shit. But it's like in the way of the Billy Joels and the Ozzies and all that stuff because there's so many of them that you won't even have time to find the artists that you want to see because there's so much other crap. So,
Right. Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
and the thing with today is that's not even the big problem. The big problem is because if the revenue shares from these, like, because we're talking about making money, and if the revenue shares are based upon the pool of artists, and these bot farms are taking revenue share from the real artists because they are getting a big share of revenue, then again, it's infringing on our rights to earn money because you're making fake, false music deliberately,
Right. And no,
I
totally. And
guess.
I think that right now that is really mostly an issue right now for uh like EDM artists and like electronic artists because that's most of the AI, like the straight up AI music that I've heard has been like,
Yeah.
some like like that sort of stuff, like house music and like dance music and uh electronic EDM stuff. Like that's basically most of the AI that I've heard at least. And I think that that just goes with it being like not as advanced as it probably will be in like 10, 20 years.
Okay.
Anyone that's trying to make like AI music that's like rock or metal, it's like it's not going to sound like rock or metal. It's going to sound super, computerized. So I think that right now, at least, like the only people that if any, that are actually like dealing with AI music taking like infringing on their market is probably going to be like the electronic people and the EDM guys
Well, I have
and gals.
two points to follow up on you with that. One is, regardless of what niche the AI is competing against, the AI is still creating all of this music. And like, again, if the pool of artists are getting a percentage of the revenue, and it doesn't matter if jazz musicians and rock, we're all lumped together in the artists. So when EDM music is overwhelmingly filled with bots, it's still affecting the jazz artists for making money.
Right. No,
And
I hear what you're saying.
and
Yeah.
secondly, I just want to say, because I'm with you, like 4 months ago, I heard some AI music and it was like EDM. But recently, I was watching a YouTube video and I saw Udio, which is like this new up and coming platform for AI music. And Udio, this guy put in,
Oh, yes.
yeah,
So
he
someone
played
just
a
talked
couple
about
guitar chords
someone
and then
just
said,
talked about
make, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Someone just said check out Udio, yeah.
yeah. So I watched it and I
Yeah,
watched what the guy
I'm
did.
totally just like I'm full disclosure, like I'm just going off of what I've seen. Like I'm totally talking out of my ass. Like I have no idea.
No. I hear, like, I'm relating to you, but what I'm getting at is when you say, like, we say things like, oh, in the next 5 years, right? Well, what I'm saying is, my mind was blown because 4 months ago I heard AI music, and 4 months, not 5 to 10 years, 4 months later I heard Udio like 2 weeks ago, and they made. I had a podcast with Courtney Nord about this. Like, I was getting the chills because they had like this the music they had. This is what I would describe it, and it wasn't EDM. It was actual like singer songwriter stuff. It
Oh
sounded
wow.
like a music artist. Like, this is what I hate to say this, but this rant, but like when you're performing and when you're playing live and you have a moment on stage and you're like, I felt that moment. It was awesome. You've had those before, like when you just do something on stage and you were like, oh my god, that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes, but for me at least, it's harder for me to get that moment when the red light is on when I'm recording. Unfortunately, I rarely get those moments when I'm recording. It's mostly live for me at least. But anyway, I digress.
I totally
It
relate
sounded
to
like
that.
the
We can talk about
AI.
that another time.
Yeah, yeah. It sounded like the AI that I heard, that there was music artists having moments in the sound recording. Like this girl's voice. It sounded like this girl was singing from the band. The Frozen, Frozen,
Yeah.
that yeah.
Let it go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it
Well, it
go.
was it
Yeah.
was a voice. I guess it was probably replicated from that girl's voice, but it was that sounding girl's voice. But she was singing this intimate song, and for a second I was getting chills. I was like, "That's so beautiful!" Like that girl, and I'm like, "Wait, that girl? No, it's not a girl. It's AI." And
Yeah.
the music was amazing. It was amazing. I was like, you know what? I would listen. I like this music. So now I'm like all messed up because I'm like, wait a second, what am I doing? Why would I like this music? But it's so good now. So in 5 years, in
Well,
5 months
shit,
from
dude.
now,
Yeah, fuck. I mean, that's wild. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. That's
it's a
wild.
it's a
I'm learning
it's a
things.
thing. It's a
I'm
thing,
learning all sorts of things. That's
dude.
crazy.
Dude, don't. I don't know. Like, if you get a chance, check out Udio or like watch a YouTuber make like.
I don't even want to. I just feel like I'm gonna get scared because after hearing that, that's wild.
Well, what are you going to do, right? I mean, it's here. Like, it really is.
You can't
Like,
avoid it. It's everywhere.
but it
Uh,
still doesn't deter me for wanting to do all the things that I want to do. It's just
right.
that
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah. We can sit here and be as cynical as we want about it, but it's
Yeah.
like I'm still gonna. Music is my fucking life. It's like I'm still gonna keep doing it.
And let's end this on a good note. I love today's podcast. I think it was freaking fantastic, and I'm looking forward to what we have in store next. But is there anything that you want to say before we end the stream, like for people that are watching, like what you have? I know you have some new stuff out, or is there anything that you're in the works of, or anything that you want people to ask
I
you.
mean, I'm doing like you know, I don't know. I'm doing originals and shit. I got some cool collab videos coming out soon. You know, they'll see it. They'll see it when I post it. I'm doing the same old shit. I'm trying to read some of these comments. People talking shit. Yeah,
Who's
for
talking
sure.
shit? Hey, what's up?
Oh,
Hey,
there's
all
all
right,
sorts
here we go.
of people
Five
talking
minutes.
shit.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Let's. You did this last week. I think it's a good idea. Let's stay on for 5 more minutes. And if you have a comment and it's like a serious comment, like something good, write us a
Yeah,
comment. I would like to see.
yeah. Throw it out there.
Yeah, throw it out
Throw it
there
out there.
because I think that's cool. Because there's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of chatter. Libs in here hate. Okay, I don't know what's going on.
People are
Anything
just being black.
anything good in here? Friday, I'm in love
I
by the
don't know.
Def. Oh, that would be a good. I'm in love. You know that song
Oh yeah, it's Friday. I'm in love.
by the
Deftones. Yeah, that'd be
Deftones.
cool.
That would be a fun one, huh?
I am a performing musician, and I approve of this banter. Rad, dude. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, okay, we're getting we're getting off the rails here in this chat. This chat. Do your chats ever get this wild? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. No,
Um,
depends.
thank you,
I've
Jackie. Appreciate it, dude.
trying
Hail
to
Satan.
think. Oh,
What can I say? What can I say right now? I got 5 seconds. What can I say? Really quick. Oh, that was funny. That was very well timed. That was hilarious.
good second.
That was so funny. Real music will always prevail.
Well, I agree, but the Udio stuff's pretty good.
Yeah, dude. I mean, shit, dude. Like you're talking this shit up for sure, man. Like, goddamn.
I hate to be brutally honest like this, but I mean that's just what I got at. Like I know what a feeling, I know what a moment sounds like when somebody has it. You know, like when Jimi Hendrix has his moments. Like I know what they sound like, and freaking this Udio was like spitting them out left. It's almost like they figured
Well,
out how to do
it's
moments.
taking it all from like other things and like putting it together.
And it is.
Yeah,
It
like,
really. I mean, it is.
yeah.
So fuck. We're fucked.
John,
You're
what
amazing.
do you want, dude?
Buckethead. Hey, I love Buckethead. Praxis.
Mac
Praxis,
wasn't me.
baby.
Mac wasn't me. Was crazy. Well, thanks, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. Well,
so
look,
much, dude.
the comments are awesome. We love everybody here. Ricky Slayer, legend.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we
We
will.
absolute ledge, bro. Absolute ledge. Yeah, we can.
Hey, hi from Australia. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you, Australia. What's up, dude?
All right. Well, look, let's do this again, and let's think about what I was talking about. I'm gonna be cultivating my ideas, and hopefully come up with something more from what I was talking about. But either way, let's also just enjoy the day. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great
Yes.
week. And we'll see you next week. And thank you all. I love everybody here. Thank you for joining.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you, dude.